The Chinese were and are still a high level society. They have diversities in their food, attire, culture, and even variations in the school of thought and philosophy, Confucianism and Taoism, etc. They relatively opt for an ideal, peaceful life. So, why did they adopt communism midway? Does it aid the Chinese government to reach their goals faster? I see communism as creating tension among its people. And the reason for their aggressiveness, please shed some light. Please understand this. The Chinese people did not decide one day to hold an election and decide that, yes, based on the result of the election, we will all adopt communism now. That's not what happened. It is the Chinese Communist Party that won the Chinese Civil War. It defeated the Kuomintang. It took control of the country by force and imposed communism, which was its ideology, on the people of China. Nobody was given a choice whether you accept or not. Everybody had to accept it because they had the power of the gun. What did Mao Zedong say? He said, political power flows from the barrel of a gun. So communism was imposed top down on the Chinese people by the Chinese Communist Party after the Chinese Communist Party's victory in the Chinese Civil War, when they defeated the Kuomintang and exiled them to the island of Formosa, now known as Taiwan. So the Chinese people did not adopt anything. They were made to swallow communism wholesale by force by the Chinese Communist Party. That is what happened. All right. And today, the Chinese, today China is no longer a communist country. China is an imperial system today. The Chinese president, Mr. Xi Jinping, is essentially the emperor of China. And they no longer have this communist model of collective property, collective wealth, and all of that. China is a capitalist society today, an out and out capitalist society, and yet a very controlled economy. And all the power resides in the hands of the Chinese Communist Party. So it is no longer a communist country, it is an imperial system. It is a proper imperial system. They have reverted to the system they have always followed for the last 2,500 years. That's what China is today. So they went through through a phase of communism under Mao Zedong. After Mao Zedong died, with the ascent of Deng Xiaoping in China, the system was transformed. They slowly moved to a state-controlled capitalist system. So that's what we see today. And they tried to copy the Singapore system to a large extent. The system that was implemented by Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore, which completely transformed Singapore in just a couple of decades. So that's what happened in China. China is not a communist country anymore. And the Chinese people had no say in what happened there. It was something that the Chinese Communist Party imposed on the country.